Yo, creeping in the dark, life nocturnal, dark and dark, both paths arboreal to terrestrial. Sticky toes gripping forest students that explore. Listen close, Gecko podcast, that's knowledge galore. Reptile talk, host Anthony and Jason. Trade secrets flow, no time wasted. From tropics to town, it's sight raining. With every chat, reptile game changing. Escaping heat waves, tan under rays, desert sand echoes, sun blazing days.
Welcome. I said we back with another one. Right? Today it's just me and Ant. Might be a quick one, might be a long one. You never know. Said we did have a guest that was gonna be on today, but as thing happens, it's life. Shit happens, so it's no
He's
worries.
on the side of the road waiting for AAA.
Yeah.
Somebody, I guess.
Be easy. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll catch up with him another time. But today we're just gonna talk about I guess updates. Right? We haven't had a one-on-one in like a hot minute. I think since like maybe the first few episodes. We haven't done no real one-on-ones. So that's what we're gonna do today. Talk about a few things. And what you got going on, dude?
Absolutely not. Why don't you hit him off? You got all the cool exclusive shit. Takes a half hour to pronounce. I'll go later. I got some regular
I'm saying, because you're stepping out of your New Caledonian world. So that is a much bigger thing than whatever I'm doing. Like, since you've been on since we've been doing this podcast, now you're starting to branch out, and I'm super proud of you on that one, dude.
It's a big world, man. It's a big world. I to be 100% honest, man, I got hyper focused on what I thought I knew, New Caledonia stuff. And now, granted, I'm not bashing New Caledonia stuff. I still have quite a few, but it's so much more than crested geckos, right? Like, I could care less about competing with the breeding game and all that crap. And I don't know, between you, our guests, talking to Richie from the Gecko King and Johnny from Crisco Critters, you guys have such an amazing, diverse collections that it got me really thinking, right? Like, we live once. We live for a very brief period of time. Why consume myself with one thing when there's lots of interesting things? There's arguably geckos, and I don't know the exact geography of this, but probably in every corner of the globe except for Antarctica, right? So really what gets me into the geckos to begin with is watching new behaviors, watching different things that have adapted to different environments, right? So again, with you and everybody else that I've been watching, and everybody that's had these big diverse collections, I was super intrigued, man, and I wound up getting some desert stuff. The list is long. I got like 9 new species since our last update. Got the Nephurus cinctus, right? The rough scale, rough knob tail gecko, first Australian gecko. I got cave geckos, the Goniosaurus hyensiensis, or whatever the hell they're called. I'm picking up 3 of those. I got a Uroplatus ebenaui. Awesome. Big shout out to Nelson from NCG Reptiles. Guys, if you're looking for an awesome person to buy from, awesome person to talk to, awesome business, awesome human being, go check up NCG Reptiles. Tell Nelson we sent you from the Gecko Exchange podcast. Dude's super cool. I grabbed from Richie at the Gecko King. He's our pusher, right? Like, I got a Uroplatus sicerae from him. A mossy leaf-tailed gecko. I picked up other New Caledonian stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I love New Cal stuff. I got some Saracenorums. Always loved them. Had them in the past. Got real super heavy caught up in breeding Chihuahuas, and I had one Sarah that it was just a pet at the time, but I loved her, and I had to trade her off for the greater good. I traded her for 2 female Chihuahuas that are now part of my breeding program, and it is what it is. But I always promised myself I'd get back into them when I had a chance, and I had an opportunity to get some beautiful animals, a 1.2. I also grabbed my very first Frappuccino, my very first cappuccino. Um, what else did I get? I got a Tokay gecko coming.
Oh, what kind?
Het
Ooh,
albino,
nice.
little baby. Um, Rich from the Gecko King. He's been working with her, so or him. You know, he's been handling them a lot. You know, hopefully he's, you know, it's something I plan on working with. You know, like it's one of my main goals. I want to tame down the beast of geckos, if you will. You know, I want to have one that hangs out on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe even the mascot for the podcast. You know.
Right.
What else have I gotten? I got huh. Yeah, the cave geckos, the Sarahs. So I hatched my very first Jehuas. I mean, that's huge for me.
Yep, definitely.
Um,
Congratulations on that one.
Thank you. I
That
bought my
was
first Chihuahuas almost 4 years ago, you know, and raised them with one day hoping to breed them, you know. But I bought babies because it's just how I am. I like learning the animal, you know, and raising the animal, and I did. I finally feel like I achieved something, you know. Hatched out two beautiful animals, healthy. Yeah, that's
what
it, man.
kind were they?
Huh?
What kind were they? High colors,
The
white
parents are,
collars.
believe it or not, the parents are, man. They have like really no collars. These things are,
Okay.
they're beautiful animals, super peachy animals. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say they don't have collars. They just don't have white collars. They have like green collars and
Yeah.
weird stuff, but not these big white collars that these babies hatched out with, these big white collars and hips and, you know, one of them has white going up its back, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I guess that's the genetics. I don't know much about the parents of these geckos. I just know where they came from. I never really asked. So it's kind of my own, you know, ignorance that's led me to this conundrum. But I now I know, you know, now I know what they can produce, and it's not what I was expecting, that's for sure. But I mean, you know as well as I do in the Chihuahua game, it's kind of just a free for all anyway. I mean, you got animals with no collars spitting out damn near whole white animals. You know, you got animals with damn near whole white bodies making no collars. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Talk. I hate. What do you got, man? Tell us all this Latin you got. You got
um.
animals from across the pond. You got animals. You literally
Yeah,
got
man.
animals from across the globe, man. Mr. Importer,
Yeah.
Mister. What does
Mr.
Pitbull call himself? Mr.
International.
305, Mr. International. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean. Oh. I mean. Right now, I still have. I'm waiting for geckos right now because it's just too hot for me to get anything. But no, I did get so like I said, no, our buddy Jake that we've done a few episodes with, blessed me with a 1.1 of Certodactylus striatus, um, fast as hell. Like I'm talking about, like they are lightning. Like if you blink, they are gone. Like fast. And so, because I
You might let
remember,
them out.
no, hell no. Oh, because I'm so Jake when he told me, he's like, yeah, like they don't even have to like have a running start to like jump
Hmm.
real high. Like they could jump like 3 or 4 inches without even, without even trying. So me, I was like, all right, cool. So I got these bins that are about like 18 inches high. I was like, y'all ain't finna jump out of this thing because they can't climb on walls because they got claws. So,
Hmm.
but I checked on them before I left for over the weekend, and I don't know. She looked like she had some eggs in her already. Like
Damn.
she's gonna look. She'll probably just spitting out some duds because she hasn't been paired up yet. So, but
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's good though. So she's going in that right direction where I needed to go. Uh, but no, I'm learning their habits right now. I'm figuring out where they like to lay at or where they like to rest at, things like that. So, no, just figuring them out right now with just everything, just what little information there is. You're trying different things, right?
Where are they from? Do they got a common name? What
They're-
would the common name be for someone who wants to look at them?
hold on, let
Is there
me.
one?
Yeah, there is one. I just gotta find it real quick.
Where are they
No,
from? Where do they come from? What part of the world?
Sri Lanka.
Oh,
Yeah, give me. So
yo.
they're called the Sri Lankan gecko, the spotted bento gecko, the spotted bowfinger gecko, the spotted ground gecko. So all kinds of
Huh.
different stuff. Um, but yeah, so no, working with
Interesting.
them right now. Really small gecko. I said they're only about maybe probably like that big, maybe a few inches big as an adult. Really small.
Really.
Yeah, so
Any
almost
sexual dimorphism? Do the females look different than the males?
not. I haven't seen any. They both look the same. Besides the male got a bulge. That's about it
No.
right now. Like I said, they're just lightning fast. Like I
Mm.
try to open up the top real slow so I could go in there and look at them and boom, gone. Like just like uh, day geckos, right?
Mm.
Fast as hell. Uh,
What's your plan with them? When are you going to introduce them?
uh,
When are you going to pair them up?
Probably March. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh, because I'm moving twice, so I'm I'm about to go. Me and my girl about to go move in at her place for a hot second. Her lease is going to be up in like March, so we're going to look for another place. So after I make that final move, then I'm gonna start pairing all my geckos back up. And hopefully, like the moves don't really get them all messed up. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But no, so like I said, I got those. No, I said I got that Europlatus Sycorae. Said that one's doing well. Said I don't hold her or anything. I just let her do her
Mm.
thing in there. I do have. I mean, I have some nice plans gonna happen for her. I'm gonna be taking a trip up north to like Prescott, go to the forest, and get me some nice thick branches where
Mm.
she can lay flat, and then I can like just drill those branches so they can
Yeah.
stay sturdy and stuff like that. No, so I'm planning on doing something like that. Get a nice uh, PVC enclosure for the when I find a male. Uh,
How do you like her? How do you like keeping that species?
it's cool. I mean, they're totally nocturnal. Like she does
Yeah.
not come out at all. Like if that light is on, she doesn't move.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
At
I tried.
nighttime, now you check on her at night.
Oh yeah, yeah, because that's when I go and spray her. And, like
Uh,
she'll get pissed off because I'm spraying and she just gapes and leave me the fuck alone type of shit, right? But it's cool though. Like uh, and with her it's just it's just something new for me to try. That's all it really was. I've had a
yeah.
fascination with Euro Plated since like probably like 2016.
Hell yeah. There's
Yeah,
no doubt about it. They're one of the. I mean, you'd be hard pressed. I mean, there's some gnarly animals out there, but as
yeah,
far as reptiles go, man, they are one of the rulers of camouflage, man. Like they are. I got stuck the other day looking for mine. Mine is doesn't have the mall. I have a male.
yeah,
So as we know, the males and females are sexually dimorphic. The females will have much more mossy patterns and moss and lichen patterns,
yeah,
more blotchy. The males have more of a bark pattern. Um, so mine will lay on the bark. Mine, I just have all types of cork bark in mine, and when he lays on it, like I literally the other day thought I lost him, right? Because I got him in a little,
yeah,
18 by 18 by 18 cube thing, and there's only so much room in that thing, man. And I'm like, yo, where the hell? I could not find him, man. I couldn't find him. So I sprayed the whole enclosure to like make, I had to find him. And he started like waving his tail like it was a leaf blown in the wind or something. Craziest shit I ever seen, man.
yeah,
But they are impossible to see if you're not looking. If you're not looking, I mean, you could barely find them when you are looking.
yeah.
It's a gnarly species, man. Very strange species. Like you said, super nocturnal. I come in at nighttime just to check him out, and I mean, at nighttime he's just in hunt mode. He's in go mode all night. During the
Right.
day, won't move a won't move a flinch.
Oh yeah, 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 same here. Like I said, won't do anything. If I spray her, won't do it. She won't move. She won't do anything. She like, all right, whatever. But when it's nighttime, lights are off.
Mm,
Yeah, she's in go mode. I see her attacking stuff, trying to get them crickets, and
mm,
because I've been giving her large crickets instead of mediums because
yeah,
that
hell
big
yeah.
she got a big old mouth. So I was like, all right,
Got
yeah,
big mouths.
you guys could take a little bit bigger prey. So she gets large crickets and stuff.
Facts.
Uh,
You
and
been
then
feeding her anything else?
no, just those for right now.
Mm,
I'll get some other stuff going. Just I need to redo her cage so I
mm,
can make some room in there. Like at least put like a bowl down there or something so I could put like super worms, wax worms, or some dubias or something like that.
mm.
Because you already know dubia just hide away and shit,
Yeah.
so that she ain't never gonna find
I
them.
tried the giant mealworms.
Mhm.
He ain't touch him. I put him in a bowl. I tried to tongue feed him. He just stared. He
Yeah.
wouldn't touch him. I can't get him to eat nothing but crickets. But put crickets on a tongue, smashing them. Let crickets loose in the cage, smashing them.
What about
I don't know.
snails?
So
Have you
I haven't
started?
tried any. Yeah, I haven't
Because I
tried
mean,
any.
over there they do like they eat a lot of snails. So
I've heard.
yeah,
Yeah, I
so might as well
haven't.
go try
I
that.
want to
Yeah.
try to get some other types of snails. You know, right now I got milk snails, which
Okay.
are a little bigger. I want to try to get these little
Oh,
glass snails that they use for the Europlatus, but I am absolutely going to try it.
okay. Okay. Cool. That's what's up. So, what do you think about these cinctus?
Another super nocturnal animal. Out of all the new ones that I got, I can honestly say I see her the least.
Okay.
But I built a cool little cage with gravel and sand and a little cave that's buried in the gravel. So in nighttime when I come in, I mean, if she sees light come in the room, I shine a flashlight in the room.
Yeah.
She bolts into the cave. But a couple times I've seen her turn around and like keep her head out looking. But I feed her crickets and I know she's eating them because they disappear. And I keep a little water dish in there and she's shitting in it every night. So I I know
It's funny.
she's doing her thing.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
what you were telling me you got some cave geckos now too, right? I want to talk about cave geckos for a second. 'Cause I've had some
Yeah.
serious observations with mine, man. And another animal I don't see a lot, but I've noticed some cool shit.
Yeah. Got those on accident.
You know?
No, I was on Morph Market, and I always like to scroll the auctions and see what's going on. I saw Richie had one. It was a ready to breed male, and I was like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead. Maybe. Uh, oh shit! Someone said, all right, Anthony's auto is coming in pretty good compared to mine. Maybe Ghouls could turn their audio up just a little bit. I don't know if I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, perfectly, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's the internet, but no, it's just what was I about to say? Yeah. So I was on the auctions and saw he had one on there. It was a ready to breed male. I was like, all right, cool. No, I had like a couple days, so I was like, all right, cool. Let me put my bid in, expecting someone to like, nah, I got someone else
Right.
gonna get it. Nah, and I totally forgot about it too. That was the bad part. And then I got a notification like 3 days later, you won the auction, and Richie hits me up. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, okay. And then of course Richie being Richie, he's like, hey man, I got a female for him. I was like, okay, go ahead, add
That's
it to that
funny.
box because I got a nice sized box coming from Richie. I said I
Oh
got
yeah? What else you got coming?
so I got a Chihuahua coming from him to go with this. It's supposed to be a male. So supposed to be a male, but I don't know. It's looking female right now. We'll see. Like it started to get some size, but I haven't really looked to see if it had pores yet. Um, but yeah, it's almost not the same look, but it has that same back pattern that I want. It's almost like a reverse stripe type of thing.
Hmm.
That the one I have right now, the female has the same thing going on. So I was like, all right, cool. That gives me a nice little project to work with, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then I got those 1.3 of the what is it, the Haemophilus fasciata Tanzanian velvet geckos.
Mm-hmm.
So got that, and then like I said, I got the 1.1 of the Chinese cave geckos. uh,
Those velvet geckos should be fun, huh?
oh yeah, dude, I can't wait for that shit. Like
Right.
I'm like probably not probably like next week I'm gonna start working on the cage for it. I just got to move some geckos around and buy another cage to put a gecko in, and then clean this bigger one out.
Hmm. What are you
And
gonna put them in? What do you plan on keeping them in?
so I got a 16 16 16 PVC enclosure, but it has like the open top, so I can go ahead and
Hmm.
put some heat, and then but then also I can do I don't know if I'm gonna do UV, but I'm gonna do like the LEDs, so I can
Yeah.
try to get some plants in there and see what I can do. Um, and uh, no, because I've heard like multiple things. We talked to David Kelly the other week about him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I've talked to a couple different other people. Like Richie was like, keep him like a toke. So it's like, okay, cool. So like high humidity stuff, but so put some plants in there to get that humidity going. Different soil than what I'm using right now, because that one's just like it's like 70% sand and like 30% like repti soil. So I'm probably gonna end up reversing it and see how that works out. Like I said, right now it's just I'll have the 1.3 in there, and then once I find more, I'll end up probably start separating some out, so I can have like maybe 3 or 4 different bloodlines. So I don't have all related stuff. So learning from my mistakes with like my intermediates, because all I have is the one pair of intermediates, and they produce like crazy. And people are always asking me, "Do you have different bloodlines?" So I was like, "No, I don't. All I got is the one." So I'm learning from those mistakes right there.
What would be the point of having different bloodlines as far as, I mean, if you wanted to continue a project and, you know, breed different lines together, I get it, but why would someone, I mean,
Well,
if you got two
for
that
me,
are producing, what's the matter?
for me is like because I don't want. I've had conversations with people in the past where they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a 1.1 from you." I was like, "They're related. Like literally, they came from the same mother and father." And I was like, "No, don't do that. You're asking for trouble." Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I just don't like to do. So
Yeah. It's been a hot topic lately, to be completely honest. And inbreeding and line breeding and all that. And I have to admit, like, with all of it, that's maybe it's just ironic that all these conversations have come our way with the episode we had and with Rain about line breeding and conversation in the Facebook group about line
yeah,
breeding.
yeah,
I'm still learning. I don't know. I'm not judging anybody that does. And the more I hear and learn, I understand that that's where a lot of these crazy morphs and traits have come from. But I just never even thought of it. I never thought that it was something that I guess was moral to do, you know. But the
yeah.
more I learn, the more I've been hearing, the more I realize that it's actually done like a lot in the reptile world,
It
you
is.
know.
Yeah, it is.
I it's something I guess I'd love to talk about, but I don't have enough information, nor do I
Oh yeah,
know enough.
yeah,
I can't say that I've ever had or have anything in my collection that's worth me risking. You know, like I went and bought 27, 20, 26, 27 Chihuahuas for that reason. I was like, I'll never run
yeah.
into a problem with bloodlines, right? Like
Exactly.
this, all the ones I got from Boris, and I did get a few from him, probably half of all of mine, but not a single one is from the same pair, right? So it's like, I always just assume that that could happen. Like, damn, what do I do if I wind up running into cousins and sisters and blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah? I better avoid that and nip that problem in the bud now, you know? So I always had the idea that it's something that cannot and should not be done. So
Mhm.
I took precautions to make sure that it would never happen with my passion projects, my Chihuahuas. But the more I've been hearing, that's how people are getting all this crazy white shit, man. They're
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
brothers to sisters and fathers to daughters and daughters or sons to mothers. And hey, I listen, I'm learning again. Don't have any opinions. I know, I guess that they do with dogs, you know, but I wouldn't buy. And again, I'm not judging, but I spent a lot of money on my dog, man. You know, it's no secret. I probably spent, I mean, he was 5,000. I got a deal, but if I had known that his sister was his, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I can't do it. But again, I guess there's a value, or else people wouldn't do it, right? In the ball python world, I was talking to someone the other day. They said, as far as ball pythons in the leopard gecko world, there wouldn't be 60% of the morphs that there is if there wasn't for line breeding or inbreeding, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. So we got a few
So,
questions in this chat right now. Um, so let's see. Like Marine Corps was saying, like he has a male chewer that only eats crickets, but he breeds red runners and dubias, but he won't touch them. Um, I know for I've recently started back with dubias. and I said mine will take them. I've heard a couple different ways. Well, the main way I've heard doing it is get some of your Pangea or whatever fruit mix you're using, the powder form, put it in a cup and mix the roaches in there, and so they'll still get the flavor of that Pangea, but they'll still get that roach as well. What about you, Ant? You do anything, or you're just killing?
Mine won't even eat. Mine won't even eat Pangea. So I'm in a boat of my own, man. I
Yeah,
got a couple that will give it a lick or two. That's if I got them out in my hand and I'm holding
yeah,
in front of their face. Though, but would have other species. I'll rip the head or cut
yeah,
something in half and just get the juices flowing and
yeah.
stick it in their face, man. I mean, that's always worked for me. But
Another way is to get those roaches, freeze them real quick, blend them up in your mix. Like get a blender. Make sure you have a separate blender because if you're married, your wife's gonna kill you.
well, they
So
sell these things. I got this thing for that reason too. I never had to use it, but you could get one of these jokers on Amazon, right?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
and
little
then
mini.
just blend it up real
Shit,
quick.
my cord's in there.
Oh,
Fuck.
goddamn, bro. Uh, but yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that where you'll put the feeders in that diet mix, and then you'll be able to feed your stuff off like that, and they're still getting all that nutrients that they're getting from those bugs. And then we did have another question about the best way. Have you ever used bean beetles
I haven't, no. They're
or
not small.
okay, and fruit flies either?
They're small.
So I've used bean beetles once. I'm not a big fan of them, but for like fruit flies, so what I normally do is I'll put them in the freezer for like 30 seconds. So
Just
they'll
slow them down.
yeah slow them down, put them on, and then you shake them up into a cup with some whatever vitamins you're using, whatever powder. Shake them up, and generally they don't really climb after that. They can't climb walls and stuff. At least from what I've been doing. I don't use fruit flies a lot because a lot of my stuff doesn't take fruit flies. I've tried it a few times with like some of my micro geckos. They didn't really care for them. Like sometimes they'll eat them, sometimes they didn't. But definitely, if you put them in the freezer for a little bit, just for like 30 seconds, they'll slow them enough down where you can put them into a shaker cup and then dust them, and they really won't climb too much at all. And then most of your animals will not kill them before they even think about trying to escape.
So I genuinely believe, though, and I call me crazy. I know everybody's animals are different and raised a little different, but in my experience with over 200 geckos and probably 15 to 16 different species at this point, the one thing that I can say that I have found to be common across the board is geckos like to hunt, right? Geckos like to hunt their food. I got animals that won't take crap off of tongs. Now I got a lot to do, but I got animals that, especially animals that won't take stuff off of tongs, put it in a cage alive or in a cup or in a, like one of those escape-proof dishes that are kind of big where they could see the things scatter around. They're savages, man. These geckos will hunt. Now I understand the issue. I deal with it myself with things burrowing and hiding, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt itself. But I genuinely believe that if an animal's not eating a bug, give it a chance to hunt it, and it will. It will. Those little movements, the little jittery thing that just ignites that predator instinct, man. And they damn, like I said, I've had geckos not eat certain things, like the silkworms, but I've never had they all eat, man. These geckos for one thing are savages, man. I never had a gecko that didn't eat.
Yeah, it's like if you get a picky gecko, you just gotta find
Mm,
ways around it, right? Like I said,
yeah, for sure.
I'll get some Pangea or whatever, mix that with the like pour that as my
Mm.
powder onto some of the feeders, get them going.
I even
But I
got
mean,
flavored calcium too.
yeah,
For that very reason, I went and got a strawberry and banana flavored calcium.
nice, yeah. Well, I mean,
Some of my
recently,
animals won't take the worms with the powder on it. I swear to
oh
God, they'll
really?
lick it like I'm trying to tongue feed them, and they just do
Yeah.
that shake their head and throw it shit. I'm like, little fuck.
Yeah, no, like recently I said I started feeding off some dubias, and my chew was like, "Oh, this is different." and took it, swallowed or bit it, swallowed it, and they're like, "Give me more." I was like, "All right, cool." No, just every now and then you gotta throw something different at them. They'll be all right. Uh,
Absolutely. You got a little colony going now, or what? You just
no. Like I need to. I keep telling myself I need to start breeding bugs, but it
uh,
always falls up over to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I had a
it's
bin.
a job, Jay. It's a
Yeah,
job, man.
yeah. I forget about them. Like especially like in the early stages, I had like a bin full of dubias, but none of my chihuahuas wanted them. So I was like, I got this bin, and nope, they don't want. I totally forgot about them. Didn't feed them for like 9 months,
Hmm.
or yeah, and they were still alive and kicking. I was like, man, these
They're
things
they're
can
they're hardy.
survive. Oh yeah, they can survive a nuclear blast, yo, for real.
They're hardy, man. I got a freaking infestation of lobster roaches in my bearded dragon cage, man. I
Oh
use
shit.
I use them. I keep my bearded dragons in like a semi-arid bioactive desert tank, right? There's
Yeah,
no plants because I always put aloes and like succulents in there and they just eat the shit.
yeah.
But I still keep it alive, if you will. I don't clean the crap out of there. I don't do nothing. I got crickets that breed in there. I got super worms that breed in there. I got orange head roaches and lobster roaches that all breed in this enclosure. Man, my bearded dragons live in I shit you not, I just add water. They live in a self-sustained little environment, man. But them little lobster roaches are crafty little bastards, man. They reproduce like
Yeah,
roaches.
yeah, for
Like
real.
I threw tomatoes. My wife throws tomatoes in there to feed the bearded dragons, and the roaches eat them before the bearded dragons do. So it's crazy to watch too, because she'll throw the tomatoes in, the roaches will come out of everywhere, man, and start eating on the tomatoes in broad daylight. Start eating on the tomatoes, and the bearded dragons around them, boom, 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 knocking them off. Freaking cool.
Why? Hell, why is he not eating those damn roaches? Shit.
They know they're in the battle dome. They
Oh
know what a
yeah.
big ass the beard. My male bearded dragon. Yo, he don't know he's not 500 pounds. He's a monster. He's cool as hell. Uh, but yeah,
Goddamn.
I like I was saying with the bugs and the feeders, man. It's the only reason that I breed all of these bugs, and I breed a lot of bugs, is because I shouldn't even say that I know for a fact, but my notion is that I know what I put into my feeders, therefore I know what I'm putting into my animals.
Oh yeah.
I always heard the problem about the crickets and the worms and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to lie to anybody and say that I've ever experienced it because I haven't. I've never seen a worm or had a parasite problem with any of my geckos. But just hearing it was enough to put the fear of God in me. And I can't stand it, man. I got one, two, three, four bins of crickets going at all times. My medium, I guess you would call half-inch and three-quarter-inch bin, the breeding crickets, and then I got a hatchling bin and an incubator. It's like your just hatched pinhead type numbers. And then I got the ones that are like your 1/8 to a quarter-inch bin, and I'm constantly rotating them, constantly. It's literally a job. It's like keeping between a four bin. It's like keeping two different species of lizards, man.
Yeah.
And then I breed the lobster roaches, the yellow-headed roaches, the dubia roaches, the hissing cockroaches. Oh, and the giant Peruvian cave roaches, man. I got 6 species of roaches I'm breeding, man. But the only thing with them is that when you look at some of these bigger roaches, it's a meal. It's a meal for an animal, and they come in all sizes. One species of roach can give me a, a, a feeder for every size animal I have, from crested geckos that hatch out of the egg to my bearded dragons, let alone my lychees. These things are from a 16th of an inch when they're born, all the way up into, I mean, damn, you know how big a hissing cockroach gets. The Peruvian cave roaches are 50% larger than they are. I mean, these things are this big, man. And the orange head roaches, yeah, they're big. They're bigger than a dubia roach all day,
Oh
and
yeah.
they both males and females. both have wings. They both look the same. They're, the only way you can tell the difference between them is the, abdominal sections, I guess. But they reproduce well. They breed well. And they give me multiple sizes of feeders, and I really don't know why the hell I breed so many. I like I said, I tell myself that it's a variety. Like you said, even though they're roaches, they all smell a little different. They all move a little different. So they get a different feeding response. I feel like
Oh,
certain animals, they give different feeding responses, and I get tired of feeding dubia roaches. And I'm sure my animals get tired of seeing a dubia roach. So I switch it up. I run them through the gauntlet. I run them through a rotation. I'll breed out of one colony or feed out of one colony for a couple weeks, and then I let that one just chill. Then I'll feed out of another colony for a couple weeks and let that chill.
oh yeah.
But
So Bioscapist was so he says watching a podcast about cohabitation, and it was mostly related to like leopard geckos, but he was asking, or she, I'm not sure, could you keep different female Lycodactylus species together in a larger enclosure, like a, for example, would be like a Clemeri and Williams? Honestly, I would not know that. I have never worked with any of those species. I'd say you would
do they
really
come from the same environment?
I think so, yeah. Clemeri, Williamside. Williamside comes from like Tanzania. I can't remember where Clemeri comes from. But
Clemmer, that's a red, that's a crimson red one, right?
no, those are those little small neon day geckos. The ones that Kyle works with.
Yeah, that's the Phelsuma. Oh,
Clemeri.
that's the Clemmer?
Yeah.
Oh, the electric blue, is that's what it's called?
No, those are the Williamseye. Lycodactylus Williamseye.
Huh. When I was a kid, I had leopard geckos. I had day geckos, man, and I every time I see them, I sent you that picture when I was at the pet store, man. They had them on some crazy sale. Thing was gorgeous, dude. And they had it on sale for like $25, man. This big old day gecko, man. I was like,
Yeah.
that shit is cool. And I didn't get them, man. I never kept them, but they're a super, super cool, interesting species.
Yeah.
And I wish
Uh,
I knew more about them.
Bioscapist. I would say tell you to go ahead and get in contact with Julie Bergman of the Gecko Ranch. I said she works with a lot of different day gecko species. That would be a good question to ask her. She, like I said, she specializes in day geckos primarily. So I would say go ahead and get in contact with her.
Listen, I mean,
And
I'll tell you flat out without talking to her. If they come, and I don't know this, but these are questions that the kid that's keeping them probably knows
one
himself.
one comes from Madagascar, the other one comes from Tanzania.
Absolutely not. Then you don't, not to be rude, but you don't keep them together. I mean, that's just they don't cohabitate the same environment. I mean, I wouldn't. That's on you. Do what you want to do, but I just think in my head personally, it's probably not the best idea. But for animals, it's not. What do they call it when you keep multiple animals from the same area in one cage? It's not cohabbing. It's like it's on the tip of my tongue. It's or is it cohabbing? Like when you keep multiple area, like if I had frogs and a gecko and something else all from like the same area in one tank.
Oh yeah.
What the
Can't
hell's the name of it, man? God damn it. Might be cohab, but it's huh. But I mean, I think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got multiple animals that all come from the same environment, they've all adapted naturally
well,
to coexist, if you will. They don't compete for the same resources.
yeah, but I mean, even when talking about that, because you got people that do like dart frogs with morning geckos, but
Yeah.
one's on the ground and one's arboreal, so it makes it a little bit of a difference where those frogs can't get to them. So, um,
Absolutely.
it's just research that you got to do, and
Hmm.
uh, and just it. I mean, as long as you know
Yeah,
that you know the consequences that will come with that, that's what I would say.
that's what you say. That's the best advice you could give is that and I don't care what anyone says, your observations rule, right? So if you're studying your animals, your environment, your enclosure, nobody can really tell you anything. You will know after, having them in the cage for a certain amount of time if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. I
Yeah,
mean, I've had people tell me things are impossible to do all the time. And I mean, I hate to be a dick about it, but Now, listen, I prove people wrong all the time. All the shit they tell me can't be done. You can't breed Chihuahuas without them getting wavy tails and kinks in this. I've never bred Chihuahuas in my life. Until recently, I've yet to see a sunken in hip or a wavy tail or an anything. So I'm not saying that to knock anybody, but I'm saying that to allude to the point that if there's a will, there's a way, right? If you're willing to do the research and think and apply what you learned and maybe experiment to a degree, hey, nothing really is impossible, you know? The light bulb was impossible at one time, right? The telephone was impossible at one time in history.
Oh yeah. And then oh, definitely I got a shout out to the Unbiased Gecko podcast. They shouted us out today on their podcast. Cool dudes talking about they had a couple different topics, but I came up on what was they talking about? Like preventive measures for stuff that's going the stuff that's going on right now over like in Florida, the Carolinas, stuff like that, like preventive measures to like
God bless
power
people, man.
yeah, for real. Like, power goes out. Do you have plan A, B, and C going on and stuff like that? Or you remember like what happened with you, like not too
Yeah,
long
I've been
ago,
through
right?
it, yeah.
Yeah, like you went out with like some days, right, without electricity.
5 days, yeah.
Yeah. So what did you have to do with yours? Like, did you have to do anything?
Open the windows up.
Yeah. Like,
Open the windows up and
was it crazy
it
hot or
was
anything, or was it just good
it
outside?
was when was it? It was like July, right? July.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
July. But luckily for me, I keep tropical animals, you know, and where I live, luckily again, in the summertime is very tropical, you know. I mean, the humidity is 70% and it's 80 plus degrees, and I know people have their opinions about this, but in the summertime in New Caledonia, it has gotten over 80 degrees before. And I think that I stayed within my panic zone, you know, but
Yeah.
I did have a generator on standby. I did have, I had things lined up to take off, but, me and my collection, man, I try to keep it very maintenance free and natural, if you will. So see, I think that my biggest issue, not my biggest issue, but people's biggest issue is like, say in a situation like yours, you keep them in a very temperate climate, right? Like say you live in somewhere where it's super, super hot all the time and you're running an air conditioner. Now that air conditioner, it's 116 outside, but in your house, it's, for argument's sake, say 60 degrees all the time. Now your power goes out. You went from 60 degrees to 116 like that. That could be a problem. That's like going, for most of these animals, that's like going from dead of winter to late summer in an instant. Animals don't have time to acclimate. In my situation, I use my natural environment in the outdoors to keep my animals acclimated with the seasons. I use my windows and airflow a lot more than a lot of people do. So when my power went out, my animals were already used to the temperatures around here, because I would only put the AC on very seldom. I mean, we were doing a podcast when I put the AC in, and that's only because it was approaching 100 degrees in the room, and I was finally like, yo, check it out. All right. I put it in, and I still only put it on to 86 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's, people, there's just a lot of factors, and everybody's got a little bit of a different situation, so it's hard to say, but I commend everybody that does have like a lot of backup plans, A, B, C, or D. I'm interested in what you would do. Like, what do you do in your situation where it's so damn hot?
Oh, so I just had a situation not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
We talked about it. So my AC went out for like 2 days. During the summertime. So, like you said, 116 outside, right? I keep my AC during the daytime. It's like 77, and then at night I drop it down to like 73. So there's just a little bit of a fluctuation. And this is right when I got that Europlatus. So what I had to do was I already had I had a smart humidifier, but then I also had those those like um kind of like extension. Well, I'm gonna say extension cords, but the extension tubes that you use for your foggers.
Hmm.
So I bought a few of those tubes a while back. So end up connecting that to my humidifier, and had that angled down onto the Eurypletus cage. But then I also dumped ice water into or not ice water, ice cubes into the water of the reservoir for the humidifier. So now it's giving cool mist or cool fog. So it
Yeah.
helped drop down my temps because it got in my apartment, it got to like 86 degrees at the highest. So I mean, my new Caledonian stuff perfectly fine. They were okay. They didn't care. No, I just make sure I just removed their heat pads and everything so they didn't get too hot, right? And then I'll spray them off with like some cold water every now and then.
Mm.
But for the most sensitive one, I did
Yeah.
that. Um, got frozen ice water or frozen water bottles, put it on top of the cage so all that condensation start dripping down,
Mm.
keep it cool in there still. So I mean, for the 2 days, that was perfect. I was okay with it. Didn't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
I lowered my lights. I dimmed my lights a little bit more so it wouldn't get overly hot in here. I moved some geckos around. So like my Cerdaclys nebulosus, my clouded Indian geckos, I put them into the new cow room so they wouldn't get overheated because
Mm.
they don't need crazy heat. Like their hot side is like 80 degrees and
Mm.
their cool side is like 75, 76.
Mm.
Oh, so
I
I
genuinely think I think people. I'm not. I hate saying this because I don't want to. Like, I'm not judging anybody or anything, you know, and I'm definitely not insulting anyone's intelligence. But I think people overreact, man. You know, I mean, we live in controlled environments indoors, man. These animals for thousands and hundreds of thousands of years have survived the worst nature can throw at them. You know, now our biggest problem, I think, would be keeping them in a situation where they couldn't regulate themselves. Like if you had an animal in a room that was 100 degrees in a bin with no air holes and no ventilation, it's a problem. But if you could get oxygen, air in and out, temperature, humidity is important, but I don't think in temperature is as serious as people take it for short periods of time. You know, like you just have to, if, as long as an animal has a gradient and a means to thermoregulate. Like I've had to get to the point where it's been so hot where I knew it was too hot. Like that time I put the AC in, when I had animals start digging in the soil, right? Like
yeah,
animals
trying
were
to go
digging
cool
down
down.
into the soil to cool off. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
we're getting there. We're getting there. They ain't dying. They're still eating. They're still doing everything. You know, everybody's still shedding. Everybody's doing everything cool, but they're chilling on the ground during the day. Let me cool it off a little bit, you
yeah.
know. But down there is a different ball game, man. I don't know, you know, God forbid, dude. I don't know how you
I had to sleep through that
even
shit, man. I was fucking
prepare for
dying.
that. Like,
No, I was
what do
fucking
you?
dying, bro. For real. Like no, like Aussie geckos, they're like whatever. We're used to this shit. You know, it is what it is. But
Fuck
me,
yeah.
I had to go sleep in the living room because that was like the coolest room in my place, and I was
Mm,
so uncomfortable. I was sleeping
I
on the
bet.
couch. Oh man,
I
I
bet.
was like, yeah, nah. So, what I was talking about? Oh, so I just came back from the Tucson Reptile Show. I went there yesterday. Go check it out for the first time. Said it wasn't a bad venue.
How far
It
from your
was
house is that? How far from are you from
like
Tucson?
like an hour and 45 minutes or so.
Well, that's a little drive.
Yeah, yeah. So we
All right.
stayed
So
the
what's
night over there.
the diversity like in there, man? What do the tables look like?
Eh,
What did the
it
show look like?
wasn't crazy diversity. I mean, it was a lot of wild caught. I could tell you that.
Did you
It was
film
a
anything?
Yeah, yeah. I got a few
Word?
interviews. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to our buddies Thomas over at Tucson's Finest Leos slash Tucson Finest Dragons.
Okay.
And then I talked to our buddy Dustin Braun, Geckosphere. They were both
Awesome.
vending. Yeah, they're both vending the show. So did a little couple interviews with them, showed off their tables. Uh, got some good photos and stuff, a couple videos. Like I said, there was a lot of wild caught shit that I was like, yo, y'all need to kind of calm it down. Like, it almost felt like 50% of the show was wild caught.
No,
Like,
really?
yeah, it was a lot. And like in some of them, I was like, y'all probably need to rethink bringing some of these folks back. Like this one dude, I don't know who he
Yeah,
was.
man.
I
People
didn't
got
even.
animals in there,
Yeah,
man.
this one person had one of those repti breezes, and there was like 20 veiled chameleons in there, all
Florida
different.
caught?
I don't know. I know they're wild caught, but there was like 20 of them in there.
Probably from Florida.
Yeah, but all different sizes. So you had adults with the juvies, with the hatchling, everything, right?
How much they selling them for?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the price, man. I
Because they're
was
like
like,
$40 in a pet shop. So I'm just
yeah,
curious
I
like what
was
people are
like,
even doing.
I just looked at that thing and I was like, this is god awful, right? Like literally, for all purposes, like I witnessed a rape in that cage. I saw this massive veil, got on top of a little itty bitty one and started like mating with her. I was like, what the hell? And like they're all mouth gaping at each other. I'm like, yo, that was hard to
Who
watch.
runs that show? Is it like a show me rep? Who's
No. It's
sponsoring
a
it?
local person.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, yeah. But no. And then I saw some other people that had some wild card stuff. I was like, ew. Like this one person had uh, like in each enclosed, she had like three enclosures. One had like a few geckos in it. The other one had a few geckos in it. Then this one with like there's like 30 geckos in there, just all in there. I'm like, holy shit! They're all over each other. Some look emaciated. Some are just
Well, were
like
they? Tokays?
no. They were Pachydaculus rogazes. The fan foot. Is it Pachydaculus? I don't think it was Pachydaculus. I don't know. It was rogazes, the fan-footed geckos, right? And just some of them look bad, some of them look good, but I was like, I'm not finna buy anything from here. I don't care. Like it was I mean they were like $25 a pop. But I was like, no, I'm good. Like those things probably are gonna die as soon as they come home.
Very frozen, brother.
It was just a lot of that BS. Um, you know. But I mean, Thomas's table, that was really cool to see some of his stuff. He had a good variety. Um,
Mm.
And then, like I said, same thing with Dustin. He had some great variety on his table. And then, like, people were like, dude, I saw someone selling like a super cap for like $200. Like, I was like,
Oh, super cap, like crested gecko?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well, that's for obvious reasons, though. The
yeah.
people are like
Aren't those like,
blacklisted anyone that has them.
yeah, yeah. I was like, or because I thought I didn't, well, I don't really know the whole thing behind it. So is that like a deadly gene or is it just a gene that makes them weak for if you do like a super?
So they say, I haven't had them. Like I had mentioned earlier, I just got my first cap, period. But
Yeah.
from what I gather, as they age, they suffer from like muscle dystrophy. They
Okay.
don't, they
Except these
don't,
ones
they
look
don't
skinny as shit.
develop well. Yeah, that's what they
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't
These
eat
ones look
well. They
real
don't.
skinny. Even
Mm,
because they were damn near adults, and
mm,
the way their body was looking, like they were just real skinny, like not even like
mm,
slender. They were skinny,
yeah.
and I was like, dude,
This
you
is just what
selling?
I heard. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't work with them. It's
I
nothing
don't
I'm
know
really
anything
interested
about them.
in.
Like, and I was like, dude, like, because I
Uh,
forgot the guy's name, but yeah, and no, but then I like it was cool that Phoenix Herp Society was there. That was cool.
that's
They
cool.
had like this whole like they took over half the room with all their stuff. Like they brought all the hots. Like nothing, they weren't selling those. They were just showing them off.
Cool.
So they show like the native rattlesnakes. But then
Oh, that's cool.
they had gaboons. They had spitting cobras. They've had black mambas, green mambas, all kinds of different vipers. Like just big old showcase full of them. Then they brought out their giant alligator snapping turtle, a bunch of gators, crocs, uh, and then showing off like sulcatas and uh, animals to adopt as well. And they're like,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, they do a lot of good stuff. It was cool with them. But
Hmm.
me, I was talking with Thomas. I was like, hey man, how much is a table over here? And he was telling me, I was like, okay, it's manageable. If
Hmm.
I ever wanted to go and vend it, only thing is, like, I mean, the guy, I guess what I've heard was that they don't support US Arc. So I don't
Okay.
know what my feelings are on that one. But I mean, to each their
Doesn't mean
own.
that you can't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's exposure, if that's
Yeah, yeah.
one
It's
of the
just,
closest shows you can go to, I mean, damn, I mean, you could always donate. You could always,
oh
I
yeah. I
would,
mean, every year I donate. I do my
uh,
membership with them. But
you wouldn't be
it's just,
alone. I know there's other people that, and I don't
oh,
know
there's
much
a lot of
about
people,
USARC, but there's a lot
yeah,
of people that are like
that don't like them.
against.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I just a topic I've always stayed away from,
yeah.
but
I mean, they do good, but then also they could be doing better. That's what I say with them.
I mean, we
But
all could though. We all
yeah.
could.
I mean, there's
You
certain
know.
things that I know. When we talked to the homie Rain about it, like, you know,
Mm,
one thing I would love for them to do is, start working on trying to get insurance for our animals. Like,
mm,
not like individual animals, but I want bulk insurance because I can't pay,
yeah,
whatever, $30 per animal. No, that's
yeah,
$3,000 a month or some shit, crazy shit like that, right? No, but give me a bulk. No, if I'm paying 50, $60 a month,
mm,
whatever, or like you said, $600 a year on that stuff, I'll do it.
mm,
Just for that, that ease of mind that anything happens, I could take my animal to a vet.
yeah.
And, it's
Interesting that you say that. Because yesterday I was looking for my dog. I was, 'cause he just turned 3 years old. So I have renter's insurance, and
mm-hmm.
when I got my dog, my landlord made me get liability for my dog or whatever, like if you ever bit
Yeah,
anybody or knocked anybody over, blah, 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 blah. But I don't have pet, like health insurance.
yeah, yeah,
So my
yeah,
company sent me an email offering pet health insurance. So I went on and I was pricing it out, and it doesn't make sense for me because, quite frankly, they want $50 a month, and the things that it covers are technically cheaper than what it just doesn't work for me. But my point is that they also have the option. They had the option for snakes, cat, dog, or snake.
yeah.
I thought that was cool. I could get health insurance on a snake. I don't have a snake, but
Well,
I
I
could
mean,
get.
some places that do like insurance for your reptiles, but like I said,
Yeah,
it's for individual.
yeah.
For people like us that have a good amount. No, that doesn't make sense
I wonder
because
what zoos do. I bet you zoos have insurance, though, huh?
oh, I'm
They would have
definitely,
to.
yeah, yeah,
They would
yeah.
have to.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like some of these, animals. I mean, you know how pricey geckos could be, man. I mean, some of these
Mhm.
people got a $5,000 gecko. I mean, I mean, damn, it'd be nice to have some insurance on that investment, right?
Yeah. Like I said, just to ease of mind, so I could take it to the vet and not get, slammed with a $500 bill. Let me just pay my
Um,
copay and be out. Just
yeah,
like when we go to the docs, pay my copay, let me get out of here. So,
no,
but yeah,
hmm,
I said,
interesting.
I do actually do. I have some more geckos coming too. I forgot about because I said I'm supposed to get some Pictus geckos. I'm getting like a 1.1.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm getting some of those
Who
started
are you
off
getting
with.
those? Oh, you're getting those from Green Acres?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of those.
I hear they're great animals, man.
Yeah,
From
I feel like those are those animals that are like that almost instant gratification
mm,
because they breed so fucking quick, right?
yeah,
Where most of our stuff we have to wait 2-3 years, right? These ones like wait less than a year. Guess what? You're gonna have some eggs already. It's crazy, but
facts.
yeah,
I was listening to our podcast again. I went down to my grandmother's yesterday, and that's like an hour drive, 45-minute hour drive down to where she lives. So I was listening to our podcast with Jake and Jeff and Wally, and they were talking about the Pictus geckos, and I just think that it's amazing how you could, for argument's sake, buy yourself a group of 10 animals, and within 2 years, you could literally start 5 different lines and have 5 different little genetic trait slash morphs, if you will, out of just a group of nothing animals. You could get some hypos and some lined animals, and and all types of things just out of a small group, that fast. I mean, like you said, it's
Yeah,
almost instant gratification. Like it's,
yeah,
and they were saying they could breed and reproduce at like 3, 4 months old. These things are laying eggs, man.
yep. It's fucking
I think
crazy.
that's insane. It's
Yeah. So what's the next
cool.
on
Be
you?
cool.
What's the next gecko you're gonna be trying to get into?
Oh, boy. My eyes are all over the place, man. As much as I was saying I don't see them before, but I'm really feeling the knobtails, man.
Uh,
I like the Levis. I
oh,
like
the
the
smooth
Amy
ones.
eyes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
the big
the Amy
boys.
eyes. I'm liking the knobtails, man. They're just super like characterized, if you will. Like their personalities. They just have so much to them. They all act like little different little like cartoon characters, if you will. They all just do. They're just a super interesting species, man. They're like so alien looking that they're just cool, man. They're just super interesting. I really like everything that I just recently got, but if I don't know, I don't really have any like gotta have next species. I bought so many over the last 2 months. Like I said, I took on 8 or 9 different new species over the last like 60 days that I'm really just kind of like observing and watching and see what I want my next move to be.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying all of the things I just got. Everything I got is obviously a baby. I buy everything from as close to hatchling as possible. So I'd just be lying if I said I knew what I was going to get next. I'd wind up getting something completely different.
Yeah.
But the knobtails are freaking cool, man. The knobtails are cool. It's interesting species, man. And I'm still. I wish I had more to say, but I mean, I can repeat what everyone else says. I mean, that's just common information. I mean, I like
Right.
to give information that's you know from my own observations.
Oh man. Bioscapist said sounds like Anthony's a geckoholic now. I was like, yeah, he's
Yeah,
been one. Now he's just diversifying.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dabbling in the sauces.
Yeah, there you go.
The Eben, I'm loving the Europlatus, man. I love the Europlatus, and I've always loved. See, my thing is, as much as I'm a geckoholic, I'm a terrariumaholic. I love
Yeah.
when I can put an animal to an environment. If I get to have a cool ass animal that comes from a cool ass environment, and I can make them both, I'm hooked. I'm hooked because it never ends. Plants are growing. I mean, these things are constantly popping up. Different types of mushrooms and all types of gnarly things are always growing. Every day I look in an enclosure, something is different. Something is different every single day. Either a branch grew. I got flowers blooming in one of these over here. Like it's like I just love it. So when I can get an animal that comes from, like I said, these environments, these little ecosystems, and I can build these little ecosystems, I'm sold, man. I'm sold. And the Europlatus do that for me. I can replicate little sections and chunks of Madagascar, and I love it. You
Oh
know,
yeah. Yeah.
some satanics would be cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like we talked
I'm
about
not
before.
gonna.
I let my temps get real high in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even
I'm
with the
just not
spray, I've had
gonna.
him at 85 degrees, and I had him at 85 degrees in the window, and he did fine.
Yeah.
But people have put the fear of God in me with the satanics.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
just
about to
can't get
spend a
with it.
thousand dollars and it dies.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I can't get with that one. Like, no paying like 1,600 for a pair, and then
Uh,
poof, they're gone. Like,
you know,
and I think they have to be like a very short lived gecko too. I honestly think so. Like for that, they're very tiny. Usually, tiny geckos have a short lifespan, and so I'm not going to pay like 1,600 for that. No,
not
just for
even
the
just that, the age in which they reproduce.
yeah,
Historically, how do you say it?
bio,
Bio, whatever the hell, but like man, I
biological.
sound like a retard. But like Mother Nature doesn't make things that live a long time reproduce so fast, right?
Mhm.
Like, look at some of the longest living animals on the planet, ourselves included, have a very long maturity time. We in a long gestation period as well. When these littler animals, like in my opinion, and I'm sure there's some scientific, evidence and information out there to back it up, but like if a gecko, like the Pictus geckos, if you're reproducing at 3 months old, why? You're reproducing because nature is knocking you off quick, right? You're being
Mhm.
predated on. You're
Yeah.
getting clipped. They had to evolve and adapt to a population that could be depleted super quick. So they're reproducing super fast to compensate. And yeah, those leaf tails, our other buddy Justin that was on here, he's producing them things out of geckos that are 6 months old. 6 months old. The
Yeah, that's
satanic
crazy.
leaf tails. He's
That's
getting
wild.
eggs and reproducing babies. So
Uh,
I believe you're absolutely right, man. You know?
yeah. Bioscape was asking, have you ever added like millipedes to your gecko setups? I know Stephanie said something about
I
because
do.
she had her I guess a certain millipedes that she has that she didn't add them because they like have a
All the big ones, like
no
a
the
toxin.
yeah no those little small pink ones that the little flat ones that she had.
Yeah, I got them smaller than that, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but she said that no, because they release some kind of a toxin or something like that,
yeah.
so they don't want to mess with the gecko. So, but no, I haven't either. I've never even had millipedes, so I couldn't even say yes or no on that one.
I
That's
do. I got them in there. Listen, I got everything in there, man. I got millipedes, I got snails, I got slugs, I got everything lives in my damn things. But I didn't put them in there, right? I put plants in there, and they must have been on the plants because I was
yeah,
cleaning one day and looked, man, and there was little brown millipedes all over the place. I'm like, what the fuck? I panicked and was like, yo, these things are gonna kill something. Like they're fighting my isopods, but they don't. They just eat wood. I saw one in here. I want to see if I can find one. But in this little like isopod culture I have, oh fuck isopods. I got like 30 different types of isopods just growing here. But these little, there you go. Can you see it on the camera? See that little joker right there,
oh yeah, yeah,
up in the corner? Those are what's in my enclosure.
okay,
They
yeah, I see
just came out of the plant game, I guess. I don't know.
it. Mm,
But they don't kill nothing. All my shit's living. All my shit's thriving. See,
there
I
you go.
believe I'm from the camp of like a real bioactive enclosure is pretty much like a biological balance, right? You need to have things that balance themselves. And I mean from the smallest microfauna, from springtails to even smaller bacterias, right? Like I don't get algae growing in my things. I don't get I live I thrive to create these extremely balanced ecosystems. I use earthworms, I use millipedes, isopods, springtails, snails, slugs. I mean, from the plants growing to the dead foliage being decomposed, I need something to take care of it all.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I mean, in
that's
some
that.
of mine, I got isopods. Some of them I have springtails. Others I got um, mealworms and superworms, and then it's like the darkling beetles and stuff like that.
Oh
Uh,
shit, dropped them.
um, like so for like my Cervidaclys, they got was it? They got isopods in there, but that's not even for cleanup crew. That's for them to forage. Because I mean they're a very small geckos, so I might as well see if they can do any foraging on the ground. So I figured they do that in nature, so might as well give them those opportunities within their enclosures.
Oh yeah.
Uh, you know, Chihuahuas they got uh, superworms, mealworms, and a bunch of those beetles in there. Uh, they don't mess with the beetles. Beetles don't mess with them. So I'm like, all right, cool. Every now and then I take beetles out. When if I see more than like five, I take a few out because that means they're just keep growing and growing or uh, doing all that mutation shit. But
I was trying to pick this little centipede up, man, but fuck it, I'm more killing it.
no, I'm just reading something real quick. He's Bioscape is like, I have zebra isopods, springtails, mini millipedes that somehow snuck in there. Yeah, probably got from, like you said, from a plant or something, you know?
That's where they come from. They come on the plants.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta make sure you wash those plants or clean them off or whatever you're supposed to do. Like,
Fuck
I'm
it.
not a
They
big plant
live.
guy. Yeah,
They
I'm not a big
live.
plant guy. Like, I've tried plants a few times in my life and it just didn't work. No. But
Centipedes are bad. Them red ones are like
oh, yeah, yeah,
predators.
yeah.
Them red ones will
Yeah, yeah.
eat your isopods and shit. But like a millipede, man, they just
Yeah.
eat. From what I've researched and what I read, they just eat wood and break down,
Yeah,
the
it's
dead leaves and
decaying
shit
matter.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said right now I got nothing else. Well, actually, so I've been talking to a few folks for the pod. Um,
Yup.
so I know we are working on. We should be having a cat gecko discussion pretty soon. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, no,
Lychees too. We got Boris coming for the Lycheanis. We're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
talk
We got
about
some leechy
locales
talk.
and sizes, ranges, genetics, breeding, raising them, feeding them, all the taboo stuff. I mean, feeding birds and mice and other lizards. We're gonna get into the thick of it with the lychees, man, because I'm tired of all the bullshit with people lying. And I feed rats to my lychees, but I won't feed them another gecko because that's inhumane. Tell me when the last time a fucking rat was climbing a tree in New Caledonia, right?
Yeah. Um, what else? Like I said, we got the cat gecko one. That should be interesting. We got some cool people for that one. Uh,
Who's coming on for that?
so confirmed. Well, they're all confirmed. Brandon Meyer of BM Exotics. He's a co-host for that Beyond the Terrarium podcast.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
really good. Yeah, it's a really good show. Uh, who else? Oh, no, we got Wally. Wally's gonna be on there.
he kills them
Uh,
all, don't he?
right. And I mean that's what
Yo, big
sparked it
shout
too,
out to
though.
Wally too, guys. This Wally's is from Supreme Gecko in the Nets' 40th anniversary today, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go
Congratulations
show
on
him
that
some
one.
love, man. That's a huge accomplishment, man. It's a beautiful thing, especially in today's culture and society, man. 40 years of dealing with someone's shit, man. Listen,
Yeah.
God bless him, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
Super
Wally's the
happy
one
for
that
you
kind of
guys.
sparked that for me to go ahead and do this because I've always heard people always their cat geckos are dying, they don't know what's happening. So I was like, all right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get some information out there. Uh, Evolver produces them like crazy, so I mean, that person's on to something. So definitely get them on. Brandon's kind of like the new person in breeding or taking care of them, and Wally's like that intermediate in between.
Well,
And
Wally's
then
got experience with everything, though, man. Wally's
right,
failures are probably more than most people ever learn.
yeah, and then yeah, Bioscape, as I said, Julie Bergman, the Gecko Ranch. Uh, but then
Dang
also
geckos.
yeah, and then also working on a Stropharis roundtable. Uh, but
I'm
I'm trying to
showing
get
this
someone.
too.
I'm trying to get somebody from Australia right now. So once I get that confirmation, then we'll go ahead and try to get that show on the ground. Uh, but I mean, other than that, I got nothing else going on. Uh, I'll start working. We're gonna start working on the Buy Me a Coffee program. I'm gonna try to upload these uh, vendor interviews and all that stuff up there first. No, so if you're a Buy Me a program member, you'll get to see that stuff first before everybody else. You know how that all that goes. But I mean, other than that, I got nothing else. And you got anything?
Yeah, a couple cool podcasts I want you guys to check out. I want you guys to check out the unbiased. What do they call it? The unbiased
I think it's
gecko,
yeah, Unbiased Gecko podcast. Right now,
unbiased geckos podcast. They got
yeah,
some super cool stuff, man. That's with
yeah,
Gecko Nerd and the Gecko Room.
Gecko Room. Yeah,
Um, I have animals from Gecko Nerd, believe it or not. And the Gecko Room, this kid's got an eye, man, for like he got animals, he produces animals and he'll show you the parents and you'd be like, how does that even come from that? Like, this kid could read a gecko like most grown adults could read a book. Like he's official. And they talk about some cool stuff, and they have a really, really cool platform and thing going on. I also want you guys to go and check out Not Another Reptile podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great,
Matt is a real cool
great,
guy.
great conversations. We both had the privilege of being on the podcast, and I'm not just suggesting the show because we've been on there, but the kid that runs it became a good friend of mine. His name is Matt. The kid is a legit scientist. He's a brilliant kid, man. He's a brilliant kid, super unbiased. Um, and he talks about some really cool stuff. Now, he keeps some cool things, but he's got some amazing guests on his show. And
Yeah. Just listen to his last one with Centrillion Exotics, Lucas Lee. Very good
yeah,
episode. Talking womas, talking all kind of garter snakes, all kinds of stuff, man. It was crazy. So it was a
yeah,
very good episode.
super cool channel. Also, again, I want to give a huge shout out to Nelson from NCG Reptiles. If you guys are looking for some cool, super cool, unique animals, he works with a lot of cool things, man. He has an awesome YouTube channel that he does with his daughter. Um, really, really, really just want to give him a shout out for being a good human being, man. He's one of those people that's very hard to find in the community, man. He's really about that community life. Like, he is super supportive with everything and anything anybody does. He will share any information. There's zero gatekeeping with him. And he's been really successful with quite a few species, to be completely honest with you, from crested geckos to, Europlatus ebonawis. He just got into some lychees the other day. He's working with chihuahuas now. He's got his hands in some really, really cool stuff. Go check him out. Give him a follow. You won't be disappointed. That's for damn sure. We're also coming out on Josh's Frogs podcast. We did a podcast with Josh's Frogs. I don't know when our episode,
October
Jason, no more than me.
October 29th, it'll be released on YouTube. If you're a Buy Me a Coffee member, it's already up on there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll send it myself.
I got the audio. He sent me the audio stuff already, so I uploaded it to there. So, like I said, if you're a Buy Me a Coffee member, you got access first to that, even before YouTube.
Cool.
And then, like I said, would you guys like if you have a species that you've been wanting to know about, reach out to us. We'll go ahead and find those people for you, and we'll get them on here to ask those
Oh,
questions
yeah.
that you guys want to know
Day
about.
geckos are cool, man. This kid
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to talk about day geckos, man. We should, I never
oh
crossed
yeah.
my mind because they're one of those popular animals. We predominantly focus on not so popular animals, but
Well,
there's a fine line.
oh
We've
yeah.
done the
I mean,
electric
day geckos
blues,
is
but
like just general. No, but like I said, you
yeah,
got all kinds of different day geckos, right?
that's what
No,
I'm
you
saying.
got
We
yeah,
should get
yeah,
into dabble into to some Phelsuma, somebody that's like works with a few species because they're a cool species.
yeah.
Some are much more popular than others, but just after hearing this kid's questions, man, I got a lot more questions about day geckos than I thought I could really ever have, to be completely honest with you. So that'd be a cool one.
Yeah,
And
we'll
like
definitely
Jason
just
said, man, any episode, any geckos you guys want to hear about, learn about, whether you're interested in keeping them or you just want to learn something about them, listen, Jay's the professional. I'm really always, I'm the eternal student, but I want to learn too, man. I want to learn about geckos I don't have.
yeah.
I'm always game to learn, man.
And then just remember, we're just not a gecko podcast. Like we'll focus mainly on geckos, but we'll have other the outer limit type of stuff. Like next week, most likely we're going to be doing a tree frog episode. So, but we do branch out. We done a Bronia episode. Uh, didn't we do something else? It was not a
The
gecko.
night
Yeah, we did the
lizards.
night lizards. I want to
We
reach out
did
to
feeders.
feeders.
We
Yep.
did feeders. I want to do an episode of like the gecko market, like how to get into a business, turn your collection into a business.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're talking with Dakota Blue from Dakota Blue Exotics, and I was thinking about dabbling in that with him. The kid's done a phenomenal job with turning a new gecko business into a kind of really successful bioactive business. This kid's selling hella plants, hella bioactive kits. like he's doing an amazing job, man. And we're gonna talk to him. But I'm thinking maybe we go that route. Like, how do you turn a collection
Yeah.
into a business? You know, and if not, we'll find someone that we do. But that's some uncharted waters we're gonna dip our feet
Yeah.
into.
Yeah. And I definitely I want to talk to a show person that
Yep.
does like that's their job, is doing shows across
So
the
we're
US.
gonna talk about
Um,
Boris, man. I was gonna dabble in that a little bit with Boris, as he travels. He literally travels the country. He's got a van. He's got a he's that's what he does every weekend. He is at a
yeah.
different show, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But definitely,
we will the ins and outs of the show life, you know.
yeah. Like I said, no, just reach out to us. You can shoot us a DM. Either you can shoot us a DM on the Gecko Exchange podcast, or you can shoot us a DM on Ant's social or Cold Blooded Gems, or you can shoot it on mine for Ghouls-N-Geckos. We'll try to find those people that you want us to try to talk to, or that
Yeah, we got a
species.
group, our Facebook group too. So
Yeah.
if you do have any suggestions, that's probably the fastest way to get to us. Just type in your suggestions there and what you want to hear about, what you want to see, what you want to talk about, topics, conversations, whatever. We're there. We'll kick it around, you know, with the rest of our Gecko Exchange podcast family, and we see what we can come up with, man.
Yeah. And before we end it, so we are around almost 700 followers on the IG. Once we hit that 1,000 followers, we're gonna do a giveaway. So just be on the lookout for that one. And like I said, just pay attention, and then we'll see what
We're
happens
gonna do
from
the
there.
12 days of Christmas too. We're donating for the
Oh
12
yeah,
days of Christmas, so we'll
that's not
have
even
something up there for you guys to win.
yeah, for sure. That's not even that. We already know we're doing that. Like I'm forever supported Wally on that stuff right there.
Yeah.
Especially something that's going to be for the community. Definitely down for it. But other than that, said
What are we
everybody
giving
have
them,
a.
man? What do you want to give them?
Oh,
That'd be something cool.
oh yeah, we'll talk about it offline. No, can't be giving away all our secrets on this one, right? So, but definitely everybody have a great night. If you got gecko work to do, go ahead and put on one of our podcasts. Start cleaning up gecko shit. Feed
Clean that
geckos wherever.
shit.
Yeah, that's 90% of our job, right? Cleaning gecko shit. Putting something on the background. Go ahead, put on the Gecko Exchange podcast. We got about 20, I think like 24 episodes up already. I said they keep on coming. They keep on coming. So don't worry about it. We're gonna keep posting. So
They ain't gonna stop.
Yep.
You can get tired of us or not. Keep your asses moving if you are.
Yep.
We ain't stopping.
So what Justin said the other time, man, you be flooding my Facebook and IG with all your reels. I was like, that's how you're supposed to do it. Right? But all right, everybody, have a good night.
Have a good
Peace.
night, guys. Yeah, I'm showing an hour and a half. Fuck.
Yep.
Yo, creeping in the dark, life nocturnal, dark and dark, both paths arboreal to terrestrial. Sticky toes gripping forest students that explore. Listen close, Gecko podcast, that's knowledge galore. Reptile talk, host Anthony and Jason. Trade secrets flow, no time wasted. From tropics to town, it's sight raining. With every chat, reptile game changing. Escaping heat waves, tan under rays, desert sand echoes, sun blazing days. Little hustlers, camouflage and maze, catch them speaking wisdom, the wild on replay. Reptile talk, host Anthony and Jason. Trade secrets flow, no time wasted. From tropics to town, it's sight raining. With every chat, reptile game changing. Sculling through the leaves, shadows unseen. Master of the skies, chameleon dream. Lizard tails flip, script getting clean. Gecko exchange, true reptile fiends. Reptile talk, host Anthony and Jason. Trade secrets flow, no time wasted. From tropics to town, it's sight raining. With every chat, reptile